I'm fine.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV. Billy Nelson. It seems like a lifetime since I've spoke to you. I normally speak to each other every week, but I don't know, maybe the Christmas festivities have got ahead of you. You forgot all about me. No Christmas present, no Happy New Year, no nothing. I've had to hunt you down. I found you. How's things?
We're all right until you get in touch with us. Everyone's no, everyone's good, Andy. I'm busy, just busy with Christmas. I went away. I went away for 10 days to Tenerife for a wee break and just recharge the batteries, and we're back on it the next morning.
Definitely. Well, we all know your gym's quite busy. You've got Martin Bakole, you've got Lewis Crocker, you've got Zoltan Zurbeck, you've got all the young kids coming through as well, and Kieran Tarleton and young Ryan Clark. So you've got a very, very busy stable right now. But I just want to touch on this Saudi Arabia card that just happened at the weekend and get your thoughts on it. And I'll just start at the top of the card with Anthony Joshua against Otto Wallen. Now, a lot of people was thinking this is going to be a banana skin fight for Anthony Joshua. This was a tough fight for Anthony Joshua. Wallen coming off a Gassiev win, being a southpaw. But Joshua made it look easy, Billy. How did you assess it?
Well, he did. I mean, as good as Joshua was, Wallen was poor in comparison to the Gassiev fight. Fair play to Big Joshua. You know, he made it. He used his physical advantages.
I think when you saw, I think it was a straight right hand to the gut. And I think Joshua landed a couple of good jabs as well over the southpaw jab. And I think that when Wallen probably felt those, do you think he probably took a little step back and realised how powerful this man was?
Well, I was very disappointed in the definition of Wallen because he looked physically better against Gassiev than certainly what he did against Joshua. He looked kind of fleshy. So I don't know if he was there just for the old pension fund.
I'll tell you what, I'd be there for the old pension fund if I could do it, Billy. I'm pretty sure you would.
I know, but you want to go win. You want
Exactly. Obviously, there was a lot made up of Joshua's sort of mindset going into this fight, and everyone going on about how this Joshua's mentally weak. He keeps changing trainers, but it seems like his little link up with Ben Davison worked a treat there. They seemed calm together the whole fight week. They were just talking directly against Otto One. There was no talk about Wilder. There was no talk about future fights like Hergovich, IBF mandatory vacant title shot. There was none of that. It was 100% down the middle. Otto Wallen, and after Otto Wallen, we can talk about the fights in the future. What did you make of that sort of link up with Ben Davison as well?
Well, it seems to have done well for him, but that's the way it should be. Should there be any talk about other fights? That's probably what's let him down previously.
And then if you look on the other side, you look at Wilder was talking about Joshua, Jarrell Miller was talking about Joshua all week, as well as Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker. And do you know what I mean? When you take your eye off the ball, then we know what happens.
Uh, you just can't take your eye off the ball. No, there's a whole lot of there's a big bunch of heavyweights that are capable of beating each other now, and we're right in the middle of that mixer now. But it's funny how people don't mention Martin Bacole's name, isn't it? Isn't it really funny how they don't mention him? Daniel Dubois, he beat Miller. I mean, Miller knows how good Martin is. They've sparred. Well, they sparred a few times, and they don't shout. They don't shout. Martin's number 2 in the WBA. He will be number 1 probably. Begin the January, because Wilder will get demoted down for number 1 after that loss. So he's number 1. So how does nobody say we want to fight Martin Bakole, number 1 in the WBA? I just can't fathom it.
I do want to touch on that because I want to talk about the Ring Magazine rankings that have came out the top 10, but I know, Billy. We'll come on to it, but I just want to stay on this card just now because I want you to erupt. I want you to be the Billy Nelson that I know, and he goes off on one a little.
Well, it's not going off him on Andy, right? He's not in the top 10. Now, we've got 4 organisations. He's number 2 in one of the organisations, right? So it should, theoretically, it should be the top 2 in the 4 organisations plus any champions that's there. So you've got Fury and Usyk, and it should theoretically be number 1 and 2 in all the organisations, should it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we've got Frank Sanchez there, who's, you know, Who did he beat? Mora? No, it wasn't Mora.
Junior Fa.
Junior Fa. Well, Junior Fa said no to the fight with Martin for Saturday night. So did Frank Sanchez, by the way, and so did Miller, by the way, and so did Wilder, by the way. So just putting it out there, you know what I mean? Martin Bakole got offered 4 fights, and he was offered offered 4 fights, and we said die to a lot of them. And supposedly, apart from Wilder, because I think Joe was always the number 1 guy to fight him, the other 3 definitely said no.
Well, let's talk about what did you make of Wilder then, Billy? Let me talk about that performance, because obviously you're a boxing man, you've been in the game long enough. What did you make of that performance from Wilder? Was it the lack of fights and consistency, having a round in less than a round in 2 years, or was just Joseph Parker had the great game plan?
Again, I don't think Joseph was fantastic, but Wilder was really poor. I mean, I don't think his game plan was good, but I don't, Joseph Wilder's feet were all over the place. How does that? He's a puncher, right? He's a big puncher. How does he expect to generate that power on the back foot? Because he started off on the back foot and remained there. Basically, even when he must have known he was getting beat. But then he came out with another shit excuse. He was in a cryo chamber too long. What the fuck are you doing in a cryo chamber so soon so close to a fight? What are you doing? You know what I mean? It was the 70-pound bloody outfit that he wore walking into a ring against Tyson in the second fight he blamed on it. What's a lot of shite? You get beat with a better man tonight. End of. Let's move on.
Obviously, the heavyweight division with Daniel Dubois beating Jarrell Miller. You had Frank Sanchez winning out there against Junior Fa. You had Hrgovic winning, Joshua, Parker, Wilder was there, Wallen was there. I mean, the heavyweight division right now is thriving. We're getting Usyk and Fury as well come February. There's a big card happening on March the 3rd, I think it might be. Is it March? March the 9th, sorry, yes. Let's talk about Mark Bakole then, Billy. Those Ring Magazine rankings came out, right? Martin Bakole isn't in the top 10. And like I said to you, you were quite annoyed at the fact that Frank Sanchez was sitting at number 6, I think it was. And then Joe Joyce was sitting at number 9. I just want to get your thoughts on that and why Martin Bakole, after the way he's beat Takam and all the rest of it, why he isn't sitting there.
Well, surely Martin Bakole's stoppage victory against Takam's a better victory than Frank Sanchez versus... Who was it again?
Junior Fa.
Junior Fa, who did he not get obliterated with Lucas Brown in a round? Hello. You know, and there's somebody else. There's Daniel Dubois in the top 10 as well.
I don't think Daniel Dubois is in the top 10. No,
there's somebody else that shouldn't. There's a couple there that
young Jared Anderson's number 7.
Jared Anderson, Anderson. Who's he beat of note so far?
Ajit Kabayal at 10.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Is Effie Jagber in it?
No. Do you want me to give you the rankings now?
No, I did see it earlier on, to be fair, Andy. I thought at least 5 of them shouldn't be ahead of, shouldn't be in it before Martin.
Well, obviously you got the big guns, Usyk, Fury, Joshua, right? Zhilei Zhang's coming off 2 fights with Joe Joyce, you can see that. Joseph Parker's got a good win against Wilder, who was sitting highly up there. Maybe he should be in there as well. Other than them, maybe Wilder again, Joshua.
Well,
where would Mark,
with the fullest of respect, and Big Joe's my big pal, but looking at it, he got beat with Joe Joyce. And then he's beat a couple of random guys, isn't he? And then obviously he's beat Wilder, but everybody and anybody can see Wilder, wasn't he? He's shot to bits. Well, it's it. The fights with Fury have done him, and even in the Helenius fight, that punch never landed correctly to have that response from Helenius. Now, Joshua hit him with much heavier shots Hellenius I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it took him 7 rounds or 6 or 7 rounds to get Hellenius out. Wilder done it in the first round.
Are you saying Hellenius took a dive?
But didn't it? Well, it could die. Aye.
Listen, as well, I've missed you. I really have missed you, mate.
Andy, I'm going to ask you a question. Did it look a genuine punch to you?
When you look at the angles, no, it didn't look like a genuine punch. It didn't look like he can
No, it's a dive.
I do know what you mean.
It's a dive.
Look at the wee thumbs down. Did you see that? The wee thumbs down that came down. Yeah, Martin Bakole though. Like, you know, I'm a big supporter of Martin Bakole. Maybe I should sit on the fence a little bit more. But I've got to know the big man since he's been in Scotland, and he's
well,
just.
I think you should be more vocal with him. I think you should be asking a few direct questions to direct people and saying why are these bigger guys no fighting Martin Bakole?
Is that what? Like, listen, unless you put me on a 5% pick, a 5%, you know what I mean? Pay on that, then I'll do it, man. You know what I mean? I'm asking for 5% of your, not Martin's wage, your wage.
My wage. Well, that
5%.
wouldn't leave you up. If you knew what I got, that wouldn't be leaving me very much, Andy. I'll assure you.
But listen, Martin Bakole though, what does he need to do? He's
we know what he needs to do, and it's in place.
Right, that's what I was going to allude to. Obviously, I know you, Billy. You're probably not going to give me anything as to what's in place, right? Well, I'm going to ask anyway. What's in place?
You'll find out very shortly. I hope.
Is this going to be another big fight card? Can we at least look forward to a big fight card? Martin Bakole being on another card as big as maybe the Day of Reckoning.
There's options. There's options.
And are we talking top 5, 6 in the world?
There's options. There's options.
Are we talking Saudi Arabia, UK?
We're talking about both, potentially.
I want to make you slip up. I want to keep asking questions until you slip up.
I won't slip up, Andy. You know that.
I know you wouldn't know that. So basically, news dropping. Is the news soon?
I hope so.
You've got options though.
Very much so.
Oh, Billy, listen, I'm looking forward to it though. Obviously, I think after the Takam, when maybe a lot of people took a little bit more notice of Martin Bakole, the way he got rid of Takam, because I think the body work was beautiful, his shot selection, he was on the front foot the whole fight. And
the only heavyweight that would have given Martin any form of fight from Saturday night would have been AJ. He'd have beat the rest of them. He'd have stopped the rest of them. I've always said it's. Sorry?
I was going to say that. Are you hopeful that maybe one day you spoke about AJ in Africa with Martin?
Oh, to have that fight in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, I don't think Anthony Joshua would. That is the problem, Andy. See,
is Martin in that? Who needs him? Is it high risk, low reward still for Martin?
It's a lot of shite, low risk, high reward. They all say we want to give the fans the best fights. Martin Bakole is in that top 5 or 6 for the big fights. My opinion, Fury, Usyk, AJ, Hrgovic, Martin Bakole, and Zhang. They're the top 5 or 6.
Listen, Martin's, I think his last loss was Michael Hunter. How long ago was that now?
That was my gym's last loss. 5 years, 3 months ago.
And he's probably had what, apart from the Yoko fight, I can think of all knockouts. Is that right?
I can't remember who. He's went the distance a couple of times, I think.
Is it okay? Well, you mentioned your gym. You mentioned your gym there. You mentioned your gym there, Billy. How it's your gym's last loss, but you've got, like I said to you, I want to talk about the 2 other guys that are quite. They're on the verge of making a big breakout in 2024. It's Lewis Crocker, man. Good win out against Tyron McKenna. He's back out against Jose Felix in Belfast in end of January. Quick turnaround for Lewis against a very tough opponent.
It's a great wee fight for him. I'm very thankful to Jamie Conlon and Matchroom for getting him out so quick, because it's what the lad needs, being active. He's in the gym. He's absolutely buzzing. He's buzzing, so he is. And this boy, Andy, I swear to God, he can punch for fun. And that Tyrone McKenna, what a strong, strong man he was that night. He went beyond the goal, so he did.
Tyrone's always been a tough as old boots, man. He's a hard man. He's a hard man. Zoltan Zurbic, Billy. Again, one of them fighters that has got the skill to go as far as he wants to go. And 2024, can we see him finally break through into that world top 10, maybe?
Well, he is top 5, Andy. He's
in
5 in the
IBF,
WBA.
is it WBA?
WBA. He's
Right.
5 or 6. He's got a very, very good fight on March the 2nd, I think it is, down in England, against a very good opponent that will be announced shortly. Very good opponent. So it's a right good step up for him. It's one that he's needed, but I'm very confident that he'll stop this guy.
Listen, I'm looking. It's big. Hopefully, a big year in 2024 for those three that we've mentioned there. But you've also got some young kids that are looking to break through as well. I mean, Kean Tarleton and young Ryan Clark, and I probably missed a couple more there. But
Luke Bibby, the British amateur champion.
oh, Luke Bibby, he's just turned pro, isn't he?
He's just done 15 grand worth of tickets for his debut.
There you go.
Well, a month to go, but that's him stopped it. He's done 15 tables. That's ample. And he's fighting 2 weeks later in Alloa as well, and then he's fighting 6 weeks later again in Glasgow again. So 3 fights in 3 months. And I got approached today I've been approached potentially with a top prospect in England coming up to my gym, and hopefully that comes to fruition. And I got asked today with an exceptionally good Scottish boy.
Me?
Would have interested. No, I said good. Exceptionally good, talented boy. He might be coming to us as well.
Good stuff. Well, Bill, if you need a hand, man, I'm a good pad, man. If you need a hand, give me a shout.
Well, that's another thing. I've got an old boxer of mine. Might be coming. He's coming to the gym tomorrow to sit down and have a wee chat. Potentially coming to help us because I was let down badly with somebody in the East Coast. He said they'd turn up and they never turned up. But somebody to be my assistant trainer, John Simpson.
Oh, John, yeah, fair play.
So I'm going to sit down with him. He'd love to get back into boxing, and John's got a great boxing brain.
Yes,
and he's a very loyal guy. So, and he knows the way I think as a trainer and how I like to see fighters fight. He sees things that you know other people wouldn't see.
And I tell you what, John's a good guy, man. Like I said, if he deserves it because he's gave the sport a lot, and I think he deserves another crack at the whip. Giving back to the sport getting something out the sport as well for John.
100%, because the sport's done him a major disservice with some of the results he got over his career. Really poor for it. You know, he could have done so much better if it wasn't for poor judging, in my opinion. I mean, he beat a world number. What he was at number 5 in the world at one time. You know, and it just got a raw deal on some of his quite a few of his decisions. Quite a few were very contentious.
Well, the fingers crossed it all works out for John and yourself, and you become a good little duo and bring on these fighters.
I've no doubt he'll fit in. He'll fit into the gym, no problem whatsoever, because he was with me for long enough, won the British title outright with him. He knows the way we think in the gym, and you know we'll do well together.
Definitely. Well, Billy, like I say, I'm down in Keswick right now. I'm down here for a week with my family for New Year's. And I've got to go and pick up the pizzas and the pasta right now. I've got 15 minutes, 20 past 6. I'm picking them up. So I'm away to go and do that. But Billy, thank you so much as always. Can I come to the gym after the new year? Oh, I've got an open invite. I've got an open invite. Remember the signed glove?
No. You gave yourself, Andy. Look back on the video. You gave yourself an open invite.
And you said, yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, I'll see you. I might give you a wee text after Saturday. It depends how it gets on, all right?
You know what's going to help me, man. The boys are back now. The boys are back. The arses are collapsing. You're looking there with a swan neck, looking at the teddy bears chasing you down. I know. If only that camera was the other way, you'd be sacked.
Well, I'm glad it's no. Listen, Billy, I thank you so much as always, mate. And like I said, I'll probably catch you in the new year. If I don't speak to you before the new year, have a good one, mate, and I'll see you soon.
Have a great time doing there, Andy, with the family. All the best, mate.
Thanks, Billy. Cheers, you, mate. Bye bye.
Cheers.
I'm fine.